beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two-and-one teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
Flush to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Again, he'll target Boyd, this time successful. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Throwing again is Tannehill. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate. Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Fulk connects on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Vegas.
1st down, Las Vegas.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Sanders His kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Pass there, complete to Westbrook. So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey, pass rushers, do your job. Coverage guys, do your job. And the linebackers are going to be a mix. Sometimes they'll drop in coverage. Sometimes they'll pressure the quarterback. But all in all, you never want to let that quarterback get a string of completions going. Because if so, they're hard to deal with, and it makes for a long evening.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that's complete to Shepard. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Chargers 14, Raiders 3.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw, Tannehill. And pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
It's almost hard to believe that Joey Bosa is in his 6th season now with the Los Angeles Chargers. A Pro Bowler 3 out of the last 4 seasons. He led the team with 7.5 sacks in 2020. One of the great technicians as a pass rusher in the league.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw, Kaepernick. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, Kaepernick. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. Here we go.
Throwing his Kaepernick on 3rd down. And this one caught by Beasley. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive is in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Kaepernick now on first down. That's swung out wide to Sanders. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach. That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top and gives you a chance to go make a play.
Well, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Tannehill. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Cisco. They tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, You've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Sanders as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Folk connects on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Tannehill. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill going up top. And that is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And blocked down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll run with Sanders, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Folks' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
But what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw taken in by Miller. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
Tannehill on 1st down. And this one's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by the rookie, Andre Cisco. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, this defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the 1st half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10.
They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill.
He's going to look downfield for Barkley.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Going up top for Miller. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Kaepernick now to throw.
The same target, same result. It's Kittle.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Now Kaepernick again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Brings up second down.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Go, go, go. Mike 8. And let's get this,
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. But he finds Beasley, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Kaepernick going to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have us down deep into Vegas territory. A big play there for L.A.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go, D.
To throw is Kaepernick. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Keeps himself upright. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And he's got it. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. And Folks' kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Kaepernick. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now will throw here to his running back. Touchdown! Miles Sanders. His 3rd touchdown again, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Raiders 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action, it's Tannehill. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
To the air again, Tannehill. He's going to take another shot here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 9.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown, Raiders.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Sanders on first down, not finding much of anything there, as he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And Folks' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, Tannehill gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tannehill's throw into the hands of Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Dawson Knox with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now down to 20. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Chargers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here.